Hey there, Lee here from MPG with eXp Realty. Hope you're having a great week. And I just wanted to talk about this week a few key insights as to what the trends are looking like moving forward into 2025. Now, this is really relevant for those people that might be in property mode this year, maybe thinking of buying or selling, and what it means for you. And that's where you start to do the research. And I know I've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks in my blogs and in my video updates here as well. But I think it is the new year, and a lot of people are starting to really assess when is the best time to sell. So I'm going to leave you to read the blogs if you wish. You can check it out at martinuzzi.com.au. There's 2 articles coming out this week that were just really insightful. I read them and deciphered them for you. So have a look at those at martinuzzi.com.au. Now, what we're seeing now, it is January, and typically at this time of the year, there is less property on the market. So yes, there is a lacking of property availability in January typically, and that's certainly what we're seeing now. However, that will pick up because not everyone is ready to list their property on the market at the start of January. But what I've seen this cause is actually prices in most of the areas that we operate have bumped up slightly in the December, January period because there was a lack of availability and there was still plenty of buyer demand around. And there's always going to be buyers looking at properties. But right now, because there's less properties and still the equal amount of buyers, we're seeing prices get pushed up again. Now, I think it's important to remember that buyers are still remaining cautious because prices are becoming more and more unaffordable. So they're very cautious about what they want to buy, and the property really has to suit their particular requirements. The other thing I think about timing of the market, because you can't always time it, it's circumstantial, right? When you're looking to sell, it might be based on a move for a work situation, a family situation, whatever it might be. It may not indicate that you can actually sell now rather than July when that new job starts. So it is very circumstantial. But if you could look at the market and assess what's going to happen moving forward through 2025, you might decide to sell sooner or later, right? And right now, I honestly believe that selling now, getting your property ready to list and sell in February is a great advantage because there's still going to be less properties on the market for sale because a lot of people are holding off. There's a big key date coming up, which is February the 18th, where the RBA is going to meet and make some announcements around the cash rate. Now, some of the insights that I've received is that, like the ANZ, for example, is now changed their forecast, suggesting that there will be a rate cut at that next RBA meeting. One of the financial analysts that were released, a bit of a survey, said that there's 73% chance that there's going to be a rate cut in February 23. And another guy that I follow, Matusik, he's indicating that the first rate cut won't be until maybe mid-year and after, but then suggesting there'll be 5 rate cuts from mid-year this year until 2026. Now, there is an election coming up in May, and that will certainly have an impact on how the RBA responds. Personal opinion, myself, I don't believe that there's going to be a rate cut in February. I think it's too soon for the RBA to make that decision because inflation's still bumping up a little bit and quite hasn't come back down into their ideal target range of 2 to 3%. But that interest rate is a key player in what's going to play out. Now, I know a lot of buyers, there's still a lot of buyers out there right now, but there's probably a lot of buyers holding off, waiting in hope that there will be a cash rate drop because that will increase their borrowing capacity. Now, a word of caution there, I think, is that yes, whilst the rate cut will increase your borrowing capacity, what it will also do, it will encourage more people to come to the market, more buyers to the market, more sellers to the market, and there'll be more competition. And that sometimes can push the prices up further with that extra competition. So that's something to be cautious of if you're a buyer looking to wait for that decision. As a homeowner, again, I believe that the best time to sell is when there's not a glut of properties on the market for sale. And really, in the lead up to this cash rate announcement, I think there will still be a significant shortage of good properties available for those buyers currently seeking to move into a property. And so that's to your advantage. After February, probably into March and April, we will see an influx of properties hit the market. I can guarantee we see it every year, and that means you've got more competition. Your property is not isolated anymore. You've got plenty of other properties for the buyers to look at, and that's where those buyers can get a bit of negotiating power. A few other factors that were insightful this week were, building costs and the amount of new building approvals that are happening are way under what we need to keep up with the demand and the supply of homes. So there is some big factors there as well. But check it all out. Have a look at my reports there this week. I've actually written a market forecast for the Sunshine Coast in 2025 as well. So you can check that out. It's a free presentation online. You can grab a copy from me, just PM me directly here or give us a call or an email and we'll send you a link so you can have a read of that as well. Of course, any of your property needs, your journey ahead, we'd love to sit down, have a coffee with you, a discussion about what you're trying to achieve so we can best assist you. Hope you've enjoyed this one. We'll talk to you soon.